Ponytails. Read by Scribbler.
It's raining tacos from out of the sky. Tacos, no need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos.
It's raining tacos out in the street. Tacos, all you can eat. Lettuce and shells, cheese and meat. It's raining tacos. Yum, 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 yummity yum. It's like a dream. Yum, 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 yummity yum. Bring your sour cream.
For the Sake of Tacos by Professor Corruptus.
Cheese.
It's raining tacos. Raining tacos. Raining tacos.
Scootaloo frowned uncertainly as she watched Pinkie Pie bounce around Dash's kitchen, grabbing various ingredients.
Aren't you sure she'll be here? 100 super duper %.
Pinkie replied.
I promised Dash her favorite dessert if she made it home tonight. Besides,
Pinkie stopped for a moment to give the filly an affectionate boop on the nose.
I know she's been missing us just as much as we've been missing her.
Scootaloo smiled despite herself before glancing back out at the stormy weather outside. Pinkie caught the look and felt her own smile falter slightly at the raging weather as well.
Scootaloo, can you go check on Gummy and Tag for me? Sure.
Pinkie watched Scootaloo hop down from the counter and trot out of the kitchen before turning back to the window and allowing her smile to fall away completely. She hadn't noticed that the storm had gotten this bad. It was only scheduled to be a light summer drizzle, but the winds had picked up tremendously and she could see sparks of lightning beginning to pop off in the distance. The storms had never got out of hoof while Dash was still in charge of the weather team. But then, the Wonderbolts never got to use the sonic rainbows in their shows then either. As the evening progressed, the storm only worsened, and Pinkie found it harder and harder to keep her optimistic smile in front of Scootaloo. By the time dinner was ready, the thunder was booming with a frightening frequency, and the ponies inside could feel their cloud home beginning to rock like a boat in the howling winds.
Now I'm starting to miss living on the ground.
Scootaloo moaned, turning slightly green as the floor swayed beneath her hoofs again. Pinkie Pie was about to say something back until she noticed the salad she had been preparing was sliding off the counter. Making a spectacular dive, Pinkie saved their dinner and replaced it on the counter before making another dive to save the plate of daffodil sandwiches while Scootaloo moaned and curled into a little ball in the corner. By the time Scootaloo felt well enough to lift her head again, Pinkie was balancing on one leg while holding their entire dinner on her limbs, head and tail.
Scootaloo, would you mind helping me set the table?
Once again, Scootaloo couldn't help but crack a smile. After they had finished setting the table, the two ponies silently went to the window to watch the storm rage outside. It was barely sunset, but dark clouds that had surrounded them had darkened the sky completely, except for the occasional flash of thunder. Pinkie Pie scooped up Scootaloo and pulled her onto her lap as they sat down to watch the storm. Scootaloo fidgeted for a few seconds to get comfortable, and then went still, wrapping her forelegs over Pinkie's as they stared out of the window.
Are you sure she's gonna come home tonight?
Scootaloo asked again, her voice shaking slightly as they felt the house rock again. Pinkie didn't answer immediately, but instead held the little Pegasus a little tighter. Taking a breath, Pinkie opened her mouth to speak, but was cut off by a tremendous multicoloured explosion outside. A wave of rainbow-coloured light dissipated the dark clouds and shook the house. After the blast passed over them, the two ponies looked back outside to see the now clear skies reveal a beautiful sunset and a rainbow-coloured trail streaking straight towards them. Scootaloo gasped in delight and pressed herself up against the window as Pinkie felt her natural smile come back to her lips.
Pretty sure.
The little filly scrambled out of Pinkie's lap and rushed to the door, Pinkie Pie right on her tail. They flung open the door just in time to see Rainbow Dash, clad in her Wonderbolt uniform, glide in to land on her front porch.
Rainbow Dash!
Scootaloo shouted as she ran to and nearly tackled the older Pegasus in her excitement. Dash swooped her up in a hug and ruffled her mane.
Hey there, Squirt. Miss me?
Dash asked.
So much!
Filly mumbled into her shoulder. Pinkie smiled and watched her adopted daughter's tearful reunion with her idol/second mother. Sapphire blue eyes caught Rose for an instant before Pinkie Pie rushed forward to give Dash her own welcome home. Dash managed a soft moan as she melted into the kiss and enclosed her wings around her family. It was definitely good to be home. Eventually, the two mares pulled apart, though only due to the wriggling of the little filly who had gotten caught between them.
That was totally awesome!
Scootaloo yelled, jumping in the air and buzzing her wings as best she could.
It was all like boom, and then the clouds and thunder were like whoosh and poof. Yep, no storm stands a chance against the Dash,
Rainbow boasted, pulling off the mask of her uniform and smiling down at her #1 fan.
Though apparently, she still has difficulty getting to the post office,
Pinkie added, her tone causing a worrying chill to run up Dash's spine.
I rode as often as I could, honest.
Dash gave her mare friend a nervous smile.
I know,
Pinkie replied, her tone lightening slightly.
That's why we're having a very special dessert tonight. Dessert?
Dash asked, looking from Pinkie to Scootaloo. The orange Pegasus nodded.
Yep, Pinkie Pie's double caramel fudge super sprinkled ice cream tacos. But dinner first,
Pinkie reminded the excited filly.
Now why don't you go wash up so we can sit down and eat? I'm sure Dash has got a rumbly tummy after all that long flight home,
she added, giving Rainbow's side a poke with her hoof. Scootaloo nodded and gave Dash another hug before running back inside.
Tacos, huh?
Dash said dubiously as she followed Scootaloo inside, Pinkie leaning against her shoulder as they went.
Refresh my memory, but isn't that the same dessert that sent her buzzing up the walls last time?
Pinkie replied lazily, breathing in Dash's scent for the first time in months.
The same one that made her cry so hard we couldn't wake her up the next afternoon.
Dash's eyes lit up after working out what Pinkie Pie was implying. She smiled and nuzzled Pinkie's mane before heading upstairs to take off her uniform and wash up. She wondered briefly if they could skip dinner tonight. Pinkie Pie had been right after all. Tacos were her favourite dessert. That was For the Sake of Tacos. It was written by Professor Corruptus and read by Scribbler. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. That's the first time I've ever done anything to do with Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash, or RainbowPie, as I have now been informed it's called. So I hope it passed muster. I was trying to do something a little bit more light-hearted after the plethora of darkness and bad things that was my last upload. So, hopefully this has lightened the mood. Hopefully it has, even for a short time, it made you laugh a little bit. I have nothing of any real value to add, so thank you very much to all my new subscribers. Where the hell are you all coming from? And are you all insane? But nonetheless, thank you very much for subscribing. Suggestions for future fic readings, one-shots only, please. To me via PM or in the comments to this video. And without further ado, be lovely to each other and good night, everybody.